Good morning, everyone. Were we going to act like we were frozen? You didn't warn me. We could have played that for a while.
Could have done it.
Nothing's frozen.
Nothing's
Maybe
frozen.
you were frozen this morning. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us on this storm day. Lisa, Dillon, Scott here, and Dillon's trying to warm up a little bit because you were outside all morning.
Yeah, it was inside a warm car, but your feet don't get too warm in a car in the boots. But anyways, it was cold outside this morning.
Just like you forecast, and, you know, you said it was coming. Doesn't make it any easier to take it, but
No.
tell us if people have not gone outside yet. They're
Yeah.
still inside their nice warm house
Yep.
watching us on Facebook.
Yeah, in town I've seen people post to my Facebook page, it's not that bad. It's not that bad in town. That's not why we have a blizzard warning. We have a blizzard warning because out of town it's terrible.
Yeah.
Like that's the way it works. The visibility is down to a quarter mile. There's drifts that are, I'm just looking at some DOT cameras just before this started, and there are some large drifts over roads, not only the interstates that are closed right now, but also like state highways, county highways, that these drifts are a couple feet deep, and since you can't see anything in front of you, you don't want to hit those drifts going 40 miles an hour. That will throw you in the ditch. So give some time for crews to work through all of this as we go through the day, as the wind will settle on down through the day today, slowly. Snow is wrapping up here the next couple of hours, and it's still cold. It will stay cold, so that's another thing to this. If you go in the ditch today, it's bitterly cold. We have temperatures at or below zero, and then wind chills 20, 30, 40 degrees below zero. So that is dangerously cold. You don't want to mess around with that. So yeah, it's not bad in town. It's really not. Of course, in city limits, the main 13th, 52nd, 45th, whatever. It's not too bad just because the crews have been working on it. A couple of little spots of more snow, but once you get out of town is where it really starts to deteriorate fast.
Okay.
Absolutely. And you are standing out in the wind. It was hitting you in the face. So when you walk out this morning, you won't want to have your gloves, your hat, all the good stuff on.
Yeah,
So,
we don't get the drifting snow as much or visibility issues as much in town, but we still get the cold. It's still chilly out there, no doubt about that. So,
All right.
yeah, and then tonight, very cold. Temperatures 20 below. Not wind chills, temperatures. But luckily we won't have a wind. We'll have clear skies, no snow, just very, 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 very cold for your Friday morning.
Yeah.
So
Does this stuff kind of clear out of here by the weekend, or are we going to deal with it all weekend?
we'll warm up slowly on Sunday. Saturday's still chilly, temperatures in the single digits.
Okay.
Chilly night, Sunday going into Monday, or Saturday going into Sunday. But warming up by Saturday, or Sunday I should say, temperatures in the 20s by Sunday afternoon. And then maybe 30s by Monday, but then we're going to watch our next chance of wintry mix. So
Okay, sounds
it
good.
never ends.
Winter's not done yet.
No, it is not.
It's still February.
It
so
is. We've
there
got
you
a
go.
little ways to go.
All right, thank you, Dillon.
Dillon,
And remember
appreciate
everything
it.
Dillon just said, and including the roads. Right now, you can find on our WDAY StormTRACKER weather app. Yeah, the interstates are still closed, at least from Fargo to Bismarck. I just was looking, I-94, and then I-29 from Fargo all the way down to Sioux Falls, still closed. No travel advisory in our area right now, but you know, he's talking about the snow drifts. That's across most of North Dakota, purple on the road maps. So that weather app, not only can you see the road updates, you can also follow, Jared and Dillon are constantly working on that weather blog as well, kind of updating you on the conditions. So a great place to get the very latest on what's happening with this storm, because it's a little bit different everywhere you are.
Yeah, meantime, across the region, there's a lot of closures, delays going on. A few big ones to tell you about this morning. You probably already are aware if you have kids in school, but different things going on. So in Fargo, they're having no school today, but in West Fargo, Moorhead, and DGF, they're all e-learning days. MatBus systems in the metro will be starting later this morning. Currently, it looks like Fargo routes are going to start at 10 o'clock. Over in Moorhead, they're going to be starting at 10:15. But keep in mind, all the routes today are going to be restricted and limited because of all the weather going on. Fargo City offices and clinics opening at 10 this morning, and as of right now, garbage and recycling is all scheduled as normal, but there could, of course, be delays as crews work their way through town, trying to get all that trash and garbage and recycling picked up. So, good rule of thumb, just have patience today.
We're focusing a lot on the roads because most people drive to work, but if you're hoping to fly out today, it's a good chance that's not happening. Actually, more than 1,700 flights across the country have been canceled. You know, obviously you're not going to the Twin Cities. That's kind of a problem area too. So that's the reason why we're, you know, tracking the departures out of Fargo's airport, also Grand Forks. Quite a few flights were canceled this morning. We're seeing some appear to be on time a little later this morning and into tonight, but you know, that's not a for sure thing either. So make sure you call ahead, check ahead before you head to the airport, because so many flights have been canceled because of this weather as well. So just keep that in mind if you were hoping to go anywhere. And I already talked about this, but the weather app is really a great tool to have right now as you're wondering, can I go outside? Can I drive anywhere? You know, we know semis are all lined up on the interstate waiting for it to open up. It's not open yet, so stay home, stay warm.
And even
stay
if
safe.
those roads do open up, not a good idea to go out on them right now. Wait until
Absolutely.
tomorrow when things have hopefully cleared up a little bit. All right, we do have some local headlines to tell you about this morning besides the weather, which is the top story for good reason. But a big story here, a man is now behind bars and facing charges for murder after being on the run for several days. It's all thanks to a rural farmer near Eddy County. Police arrested 45-year-old Nicholas Poitra yesterday afternoon. We've been telling you about him all week long. He was wanted for fatally shooting 30-year-old Troyal Thumb at a bar in Cheyenne, North Dakota. We have learned that the farmer had spotted Poitra walking near his farm. It was just outside of Eddy County, which is the county where the crime happened. The farmer held Poitra at gunpoint until police were able to arrive. Thumb's family actually was offering a reward for finding Poitra, but that farmer who ended up spotting him did not accept any of that money. He just helped police arrest the guy. Now Poitra could be in court as soon as this morning, and he is going to be facing several charges, including murder and robbery.
And I would imagine we're going to learn more as we those court documents are filed after the arrest. So thank goodness the manhunt is over, though, and WDAY will continue to track that story for you throughout the day and throughout the week as well. We are also following new developments in a murder that happened along the banks of the Red River in Fargo Moorhead. The man accused of stabbing Philip Bergquist wants to fire his attorney after being ordered to have an evaluation done to see if he's actually fit to stand trial. 39-year-old George Ortiz shouted as guards escorted him out of the courtroom yesterday. According to court documents, Ortiz stabbed Bergquist near the Red River last October. Some kind of fight happening between the two of them. He has pleaded not guilty to a felony count of murder in connection with Bergquist's death. In court yesterday, his lawyer, though, requested that evaluation because he says he's concerned that about his client's ability to help in his own defense. However, Ortiz says he does not want to go to the state hospital, does not want that evaluation, and actually wants to waive his right to a jury trial. We'll see what happens. He's due back in court next month. If convicted, he could face life in prison.
All right, big story this morning on the national scale. A shooting in Orlando, Florida has left 4 people dead. A man went on a shooting spree there. Among those dead, a 9-year-old girl and a TV journalist. Investigators are saying that a news photographer and that reporter were on the scene of a homicide that had already happened that killed 2 people last night in Orlando when the gunman allegedly responsible, returned to the scene and then shot them. The gunman then turned to a nearby home where he shot a mother and a 9-year-old daughter. Those shootings left that journalist and the 9-year-old girl dead. 19-year-old Keith Melvin Moses was arrested and charged with the killings. We have no word yet on the possible motive, but of course, very sad story.
Super sad story, and of course, the child being killed, touching so many families. But being in news and in TV, there's definitely shock going through, our world with different journalists talking to each other, and how it's really shaken a lot of reporters and photographers, even though it happened in Orlando. Want to remind you that Hot Mic is on with Dom Izzo from 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra, also on InForum.com. He has great guests every day, all throughout the week. And I was talking, I believe starting tomorrow, state hockey, but we're kind of moving into the season of, state high school sports.
Yep.
We talked about Moorhead, the Spuds in Minnesota, and now we're talking about North Dakota. So anyway, he's going to be breaking down everything ahead of the state tournaments and tell you when and where you can watch all of those great games right here on WDAY.
An exciting time for all those students competing. Cool stuff. All right, also, for 99 cents a month for your first 3 months, you can get an all-access pass to InForum.com. Just go to InForum.com/subscribe to get that deal. Take advantage of it, because times like right now where you want to follow that weather blog that's telling you all the information you need to know about what's going on in your area, you can get that for that just 99 cents a month for first 3 months.
And remember, On Air, we'll be back on with our 11 a.m. newscast here in just a couple hours. And then this afternoon, it starts again at 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. More WDAY news on air.
Yeah, and then we'll be back again tomorrow morning, 5 to 7 a.m. We're going to be following, anything, updates on the road conditions, whatever is lingering with the weather.
Those cold temperatures.
I think there's something going on at the Fargo Dome, too.
Home and Garden Show, I believe.
Home and Garden Show. That's going to be going on. So we're hopefully going to have a reporter live there to show everything that's going on there, too. So it should be fun.
Have a great day, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Stay
warm.
safe.